Hello everybody, my name is Benny and welcome to the Fool's Apprentice. Today's hashtag Saturday. Yes. So today I have a hashtag I'm really excited to do. It is hashtag my favorite out of print decks. I know. There are people who do not like seeing out of print decks because they're out of print and you can't get them or like easily. However, the vast majority of these, I was able to get them because people shared them on their channels, and I would have never been able to create a unicorn deck list had people not done that. And I thought, and I love them. I really do. I mean, I feel very fortunate to be able to have gotten them. I have them all right there. That's why I keep looking over there. I'm a bit of, okay, this is me saying it. No one's ever said it. I'm a bit of a tarot deck unicorn whisperer. I have literally gotten every unicorn deck I've really wanted to get. I have a list of decks that are hard to find, but they're not really like, I gotta have them. And you know what those decks are like. Oh my God, you need to get it. You need to find it. And so you're on Facebook posting in search of, and you do it every week, or for some people, they do it like every day. One of these, I actually reached out to somebody. Oh my God, I was so mortified that I did this. I reached out to somebody because they had it on their channel, and I was like, "Hey, I see you have this deck. Would you be willing to sell it?" Their response was, "No," and I don't blame them. But the inside, I already knew, don't do it, Benny. Don't do it. Don't hit enter. But I wanted it so bad, I went click, and then I went, "No, I can't believe I did that." But guess what? I was able to get it. Oh, I was so excited. So we're going to go over some of my favorite decks. A couple of them were a big surprise where I was like, wow, I really love this deck. Not thinking I would, but I wanted it. So, and one of them I didn't really want. I was getting it because I would be able to trade it for something later that I really wanted. Because I'll do that. I'll get some decks that I don't necessarily want, but I know they're highly sought, and then I can trade for a deck that I really want, which I was able to do, but that's a story for another time. So let's flip the camera over and we'll get started. And I am back. Okay, so I think I have 10, maybe 11. I was trying to do my top 10, and this is one of them. I think this is the first one. Now, this deck is out of print, but it wasn't one that I sought after like some of the other decks. This is a deck that I backed up on Kickstarter, and I'm really happy with this deck. It is a word cloud tarot. Isn't that the most interesting thing? It comes in a regular box, nothing special. It's, as you can see, it's really glossy. Easy to open. It was supposed to have a clamshell box. Then I saw in the picture a metal box, and then when it arrived, it was this box. Not happy about that, but I really like it. Now the backs are not reversible, unfortunately, and it has a bit of a gloss, but it's not so bad that it's distracting, and it almost looks like it's a linen, but I'm not sure. Wait till you see these characters. These characters are hilarious. I love them. Look at this. Look. Look at those bottoms. Aren't those the cutest little bottoms you've ever seen? Now, this is, oh my gosh, they don't have the name. It's number 20. It looks like Judgment, right? But I love the fact that you got a keyword here, and then you get all these other words. Look at that. You get all these other words that you can use for this particular card. And so when you're reading with this deck, what happens is you end up having your eye drawn to a particular word for a reason. But I think this is also a good little study deck because, oh, you know what? I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Okay, we're in focus. There we go. So here we go with the Four Cups: luxury, boredom, fiction, aimless, cynicism, gravity, angst, emotion, hostility. So you get a lot of keywords in this. Really, really easy to shuffle. Oh, look at the Magician. Isn't that super cute? Except for his zombie eyes. Look at his zombie eyes. Where are his pupils? Oh my God, that is so hilarious. And they have different colors, and it's just a really, really fun deck to use. I think it's a great beginner deck. That's one of the reasons I got it, because it had all these words and it was brand new. I got this within, I think, the first couple of months. This is the 5th deck that I backed up on Kickstarter. So far, I backed 17 decks in total. Maybe I'll do a video on back decks on Kickstarter. I think that'd be a really good one. In fact, I might do that one for next week. In fact, I will do that one for next week. I love all the colors and the tones in here. Here's the 6 of Pentacles. See if you can see some of those words: boost, happiness, currency, gratitude. Here's some little ones: give, putting, with some other words. Non-profit, it's really down there. You may not be able to see it. Non-profit. So, oh, look at the Hangman. Like, is he amputated? Does he? What the hell? These are so cute, right? Out of print. I have only seen this up on any of the, oh, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And I love that they have a woman of color. I think that's fabulous. Look at the moon. Oh my God. I really, really like this deck. What was I saying? Oh, I haven't really seen this come up very much for sale. Oh my God, how adorable is the devil and the angel. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest thing on earth? I love it. 7 of Swords. So these are good. And it's Rider-Waite-Smith based, my favorite card. Look at that. It's not my favorite image in the 5 of Pentacles, but, you know, it has everything in there. Curated bleakness, dejection, deflation, alcoholism, homelessness, hardship, disbelief. So very good. Oh my God, look how cute those little people are. This looks more like scale, right? With the little people in this huge tire with the lightning. So, oh my God, look at her lips. With a deep red lipstick. That cracks me up. He's very, very determined to fight people off. So, yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Isn't that cute? Okay, that is the World Cloud Tarot. Okay, let's put that one up. So, you know, I don't use this as much as I used to. You know, with having so many decks, it's hard to like use all the decks you want, and then you pull it out and you're like, yes, I love that deck. Why am I not using it? So this next one is literally the first tarot deck that was a unicorn that I was able to get. I did a walkthrough of this. Crazy story. This is actually my second copy. The second copy is really a crazy story. So you have to go watch that video on this. Oh my gosh, I love this deck. Look at the colors of this deck. This is a Royal Fez of Moroccan. This deck was actually created by the gentleman that founded Mensa. And for those who don't know what Mensa is, it is an organization that only allows people who have a very high IQ. I think it's 130. So you basically have to be a genius to be part of Mensa. So he created this in the 50s. It got printed in the 70s. He died before it got printed. But I love its only primary colors, and they're sketches. And I just love that. I love the black and white. I think the borders are beautiful. These colors are right up my alley. I think this card is so elegant. And right in the bottom, it has the numbers, and this does not have any names. So and the backs are very 1970s. I think they're hideous, but they've grown on me. Oh my gosh, look at those rims. This is the most colorful card in the deck by far. But I mean, that really encompasses the Ten of Cups. Very powerful cards. I think they're stunning. The card stock, as you can see, it has a tiny little gloss, but it looks muted. It looks like a muted deck. I was so happy to get this, and when I'm smelling it, it smelled like smoke. It came from a smoker's house. The original deck that I bought, I lost in a move. A box must have gone missing. I was heartbroken. Well, not really, but it was a really bad. I had a really bad reaction when I lost it. As you can see, this deck has some stains on it. I'm okay with that. I found this one on Mercari, and they had it for $150. I was like, oh my gosh. So I wrote them, and they told me that it came from a smoker's house. They must have had it up there for a while. And they're like, make us any offer. And I was like, well, let me think about it, because I don't know if I could deal with the smoke. And so the next day I went and looked. They had it down for $50, and I was like, purchase. But some of the majors were stained really bad. So I ended up finding a partial deck on eBay, and I took a chance because it had 3 cards that I could see that were in better condition than the one I had. And so when it arrived, it was all the majors. So I was able to replace all the damaged cards in my deck. So I was like, wow, what are the chances, right? And so I have an all majors of this deck. Look at, I mean, it's just such a beautiful deck. And this deck is very universal. I could use it for anything. I just draw it when I feel like a very nostalgic mood. This is so 1970s. I just love these. These are so beautiful. So this is the Royal Fez of Moroccan. And this comes up actually quite often. So some people sell it for ridiculous amounts. I would wait until you could get it for what I would consider a reasonable amount. What I consider reasonable and what you might consider reasonable are different. So whatever you think is reasonable, I'm sure this will come up at a price where I think most people would pay for it if they really, really want it. Now, I'm going to drink a little bit of my coffee. Now, I can't pronounce this one. I don't know why I struggle with it. But I have to pull back a little bit with this one. I love this deck. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it. This is one of my most expensive decks that I paid monetarily for. It is the Ula Autti Tarot. That was horrible. I can never pronounce that. But when I saw this deck, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is iridescent. I don't know if you could tell that it's iridescent. There we go. Look at that. It's beautiful. And this is the Fool card. Isn't that stunning? So when I saw this deck, I had to have it. And I found it. I don't remember where I found it. It comes with an authenticity card. So this is number 840 of 900. It would have been nice if I got 900. And oh my God, it's a chunky deck. This one came trimmed. And I will say that I like the trim version quite a bit. It has a slight gloss, but nothing major. The majors, this is death. The majors are, and it's a thick cardstock, but it bounces back really, really nice. Wonderful. It's easy to shuffle. I have to shuffle it like, I'll show you. But this is for me, this is a very, very masculine deck. Now, I'm not a fan of sunflowers, so therefore more sun cards I don't like. I love this sun card. This sun card is so stunning. And usually the little kid is creepy. And let's not say it's not. A lot of the kids on there are creepy. Here, very ethereal, very beautiful. You got the face in the sun and the sunflowers on the sides. They're not very prominent, but they're there. I just love this. It's just full of emotion. And each of the suits, the swords are all pink. And what I really like is, if you could see, these figures look very different. They're like their own tribe. These are very hairy and they're green. This is, of course, the Pentacles. This looks like the Knight of Cups. I mean, Pentacles. And I love that the proportions are off. His big feet. These are the staffs. They're all yellow. How elegant is that? And I love the splotchiness of the colors. I think that's beautiful. The cups are all mermen, which I think is really, really stunning. All the majors are in black and white. Look at Justice. I love that she's an older woman. She has a lot of wisdom to make the decisions that she needs to make. Just absolutely stunning. Used this a lot at the beginning. I haven't used this in a while, but my collection has grown since then, so it can be a challenge. The lovers. Look at that. The two women and the guy on the outside. Very, very beautiful deck. Very large. Fun to use. I use this. If I read for people, I would use this for men. I don't think women may, I could be wrong, but I think most men would love this to be read with. Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. The Queen of Cups, stunning. I love the colors. I love the, oh my God, here we go with my words. Let me see if in my brain I have it, but in my tongue I don't. Intricacies. No, that's not it. Oh my God. But a very, very, very lovely deck. I was really happy to see that Danny Mystic has this deck. And when she pulled it out for, was it her group that before the Three Fat Tarot Readers, I think it was. I can't remember why she pulled it out, but it was a complete surprise because I didn't think any of them would have it. Or is this Judgment? I think this might be Judgment. Yeah, this is Judgment. So what was the other one? What is this other one? Okay, I gotta look. Give me a second. The Sun. The Lovers. Oh, did I miss it? I thought, oh well, wasn't meant to be. But look how chunky that deck is, and I can shuffle it. I tend to shuffle it sideways, and the shuffle's okay. But if I want to shuffle it this way, riffle shuffle, I have to take it in parts and then shuffle, and then I take it in parts, whatever my hands can grab, and that's what I do. But it shuffles very, very nicely. Love this deck, and it bounces back. The backs are very interesting. I love it. I think they're nice. Sometimes I struggle to put it in the box, so let's see if I struggle. Me and boxes You know how that goes. Oh, look, it's going to go easily. Yay. All right. So this is a really nice one to have in your collection. So you can, it comes up quite a bit. And when I say quite a bit, often enough where if you wanted this, you could find it and you would just have to see if you could afford it. Okay, so this next one, oh, I was so lucky to get the Labanco Tarot. Now, this is going to come out mass market, which is wonderful. I'm really interested to see the quality of what the deck is going to come out to be. If any of the images got changed, because, you know, there are a few images in here that are very visceral for me. You know, the devil card, the lover's card, I find those very, very hard to look at. But she she had been in contact with other publishers, but they always wanted her to change the deck. I love this gilding. This gilding is really nice. I don't like the gold. I know that people like the gold, but I think the gold looks tacky. But that's just in my opinion. This feels, Allie from Tarot thinks that, if I remember correctly, this is a very feminine deck for her. I think this is a masculine deck. Which is really interesting, right? The energies that we get based on our own perceptions. This is one of my favorite Empress cards. Like, wow, right? Absolutely stunning. Mom's protecting her. She's nervous. You got all the elements that you need. She's loving and kind. I love that they're people of color. I mean, this deck has tons of color, which I love. A very, very in your face kind of reader. This deck ain't gonna mince words. You might hear things that you necessarily don't want to hear. This is a deck that I pull out when, frankly, I just need to be told the truth. Those are generally when I have decisions that I need to make that are serious and I just need some guidance. I don't always necessarily follow its advice, but I will say that it makes me really critically think in a way that I probably wouldn't have looked at the situation that I'm facing to make that decision. Here's another sun card that I think is really beautiful. This deck has a lot of diversity. This moon card really feels like the moon card that I see in my mind. This feeling that it has and my understanding of the definition of, you know, things that lie in the shadows. You know, is it real? Is it not real? Is it dangerous? The star, the tower. Oh, look at the magician. Isn't she powerful? Okay, I love this Fool card. This Fool card feels whimsical. I love that, you know, he's at like the traditional Fool is right on the edge, ready to fall over. Here, this guy takes a leap of faith knowing that he's going to be fine. And in fact, he is. And he's going to get to the other side. He has little feathers on his feet, as you can see right there and there. Are very, oh my God, look at the Four Swords. This feels like a fairy tale, like Rapunzel or something. Really, really, oh my God. Stabbed in the back. Look at that. Oof. So the cardstock is really nice. I like the cardstock. The backs are okay, but I think it fits the theme really well. Page of Swords. How powerful is that? Look at that. Wow. As you can tell, I like this deck. Look at the Two of Wands. That is amazing. Man, she knocked it out of the park with this deck. Knocked it out of the park. Everything feels right about this. Okay, let me see if I can... Oh. Okay, love this card. Love it. But these two, man, oh my God. Now, originally, when it came out, I just couldn't buy it. I just couldn't buy it because of these two cards. I just found them so disturbing. And then it went out of stock. And I was like, damn. And I regretted it. And I thought, you know, those cards are there to challenge me, to make me think critically, to feel strong emotions. And then all of a sudden, she had a drop. She had like one box left. She had a drop, and I was able to get it. Oh my God, I was so lucky. So I'm glad that it's coming mass market. People who have been wanting this deck for a while are going to have the opportunity to purchase it, which I think is great. Then I have, okay, let me tell you about this one. I have the indie black and white, and I'm like, and I'm trying to remember if I traded it or if I still have it. I think I traded it. Anyway, I got an email saying that there was a salon that had about a dozen of these decks left. And they gave us the name and the link to the website. And I got it with the sole purpose of trading it later for a deck that I really wanted, because this is not my style. It's not my thing. I had the black and white. I looked at it and I was like, no. However, I pulled it out and I was like really stunned. It's amazing how color has an effect on the human mind. Therefore, how you react emotionally. I'm not trading this. I fell for this deck so quickly. It was like I looked through 3 cards and I knew I was not ever going to trade this deck. I love this deck. It's really has a lot of feminine energy, and I'm fine with feminine energy. With some decks, this deck particularly. Other times I'm like, I want some balance of masculinity and feminine energy. But in this deck, I am fine with all the feminine energy that it has, the female perspective. It's just beautiful, and I love this pink rose color. It's cherry blossom, she calls it, right? Yeah, cherry blossom edition. It's a very hard deck to find. I called, I think I was the first person to call, and I could have ordered more than one. I was very tempted because but I was like, part of me, okay, it's 3 things. Part of me was like, no, Benny, that's very selfish. Don't do it. There are other people who really, really want it. Part of me was like, Benny, do you really want to spend that much money? There's no guarantee you'd be able to trade it for something you really want. And then the other thing is just simply like, that's a lot of money. And they had jacked up the price from its original price, but they didn't have a problem selling it. So, it sold out very, very quickly. They only had like a dozen, but this is a beautiful, beautiful deck. It shuffles like a dream. I love that it has a tiny, tiny little bit of gloss to make the colors pop. I don't like the backs. I think the backs are boring. But it shuffles very nicely. Shuffles beautifully. And then, I should have done this with all the others. How stunning is that? Look at that. That's gorgeous. Ooh, I love the devil. Wow, that devil is badass. Oh, can you imagine the devil, the 4 cups, and the tower actually showing up in a reading? Wow, that would be crazy. Oh my God, I'm having so much fun. Okay, maybe too much fun. And I've only had like a half a cup of coffee, so this is me, just me right now. Oh, okay. I had a chance to buy this deck. Another YouTuber had it. There was a little bit of warping, and I decided not to. Then I regretted it. I reached out, and they changed their mind. They kept it. Oh, but I got the Majestic Earth, and it's the limited edition. So I got a really, really nice one. What makes it limited? I don't remember. Let's see if it says it in the back. No. Okay. But people love this deck. This is another deck that comes up more often enough that if it's on your list, you can find it. You just got to act quickly. I did not know if I was really going to like this deck or not, but I like the images that I saw. And a lot of people were talking about how much they really liked it. And I thought it was really, really beautiful. I like all the paintings that they used. And as soon as I got it and I started using it, oh my gosh, I love this deck. This is such a beautiful, moving, gentle deck. This is this is a really nice one. Um, okay, this is my opinion, but I think this would be a beautiful deck to use to do some grief work. It's a very pentacle feeling kind of deck. It's very grounded. I think this deck is like a hug when you need one, but it's that kind of, when mom tells you that, oh, love this, love this. It's like when mom hugs you and then she has to tell you the truth, which may not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. That's this deck. I just love it. I think the card side's fine. These backs are very, very beautiful. I really like them. I like the matte finish. It has the keywords. There are 4 keywords here at the bottom. It has the symbol of the element. I don't remember what these are, but oh, it's got fuzzy. I don't remember what these are, but I'm just trying to learn all the cards 2 years later. But I love the muted colors. I just find it amazing that this person found 78 paintings that represent the tarot. I think that's amazing. Let me see if I can find one of my favorite cards. Let's see. If I don't find it, I don't find it. If I remember correctly, it's the one on the cover. Oh, and then I got 560 out of 780. Oh, yeah, special edition. You see right there. Isn't it wild that I get this has this beautiful face here. Isn't it wild that I've gotten these decks? Like, it blows my mind. It literally does. Oh, I love this card. I think it's one of my favorite Hermit cards of all time. It's just absolutely stunning. Stunning. So that is the Majestic Earth limited edition. And just so you know, my ego loves that it's the limited edition. I know. I can't help it. It's part of who I am. I don't have any shame over that. I have an ego. But I love this deck. Beautiful, beautiful deck. You can still find it. It's out there enough that if you want it, you can get it. All right. Okay, this is a recent purchase that came into my collection. I wanted this deck. I saw this on Celia's channel, Fairlight Tarot, and she just raved about it. She's talked about how she lived each of these cards in her life. And I originally saw the Savvy Soul Tarot, but I don't think I initially thought anything of it. And she raved so much about it that I paid more attention. I love that this opens flat. I think that's beautiful. In it says, savvy, to know, to understand. All of the answers reside within your savvy soul. Very nice. And the backs. It's hard to read this font that she has. It's kind of cursive, but you can still read it. The backs, nothing special. Boring. Silver. I like the silver over the gold. But and I watched her videos several times, and finally I don't know, something clicked and I was like, I gotta have it. And so I looked for months. I mean, months. And this is a deck that I was like, every couple of weeks in search of. And then all of a sudden, somebody reached back and said, "Oh, I have this deck." And I was like, "Oh my God." And you know, with out of print decks, you got to expect that it's a very high. I love that it's a little girl instead of a little boy. Ooh, look at that. So what was I saying? Oh, so you got, so you just got to be prepared that they're going to ask for more. I love this one. This one is really, really nice. The Four of Cups, beautiful. Love it. I love that he's black and white and everything else is in color. So I think all the people are black and white. Yeah, all the people are black and white in this. So where was I? Oh, so you got to expect. Oh my God, let me get my point across. So you need to kind of think that they're going to ask for significantly more than what it's sold for. And so I was expecting this to sell for at least $200, close to $300. And she sold it to me for what I think is a reasonable price. It was over what she purchased it for, but it wasn't unreasonable. And she says, "I'm asking for." And then I was like, "Not a problem. I'm not going to haggle. Most times I won't want to haggle because, you know, people are giving up a deck that they really, really wanted at one time. I like this Knight of Cups. Okay, all right. My little gay boy's going to come out. This guy is super handsome. This is the kind of guy like, "Oh, is that rose for me?" I just love this deck. I like the images, and then you get a little line in the back. This one says, "This is the Seven of Swords. Deceit is a lie that wears a smile." Ooh. And here we got the Eight of Coins, and you got the number there, the Roman number. I love that this is an older man. He's been working on his craft for decades. And it says, "The money always finds the master in the craft." That's really, really awesome. So, and I love the colors. I love the images. It's a collage deck. This is beautiful. Look, she is here. This is the star. There's this person, nude woman, standing on her with this beautiful background. When you're in alignment, the universe lines up for you. Get out. Love it. The Chariot, very powerful. Love this. So, very lovely deck. I love the diversity in this deck. There is so much diversity. I like that it's young, it's old, it's thin, it's blue collar, it's white collar. You know, just all different types of cultures, family. Isn't this a beautiful representation of the Eight of Wands? Sudden action must be taken. This is literally one of the most unique Eight of Wands I have ever seen, and it makes sense. Look at the people's faces. Love this deck. So Sylvia, thank you so much for making me take a second look at that Savvy Soul Tarot. I was able to get it, and I am super happy about it. Thank you very, very much. All right, that's the Savvy Soul Tarot. Next, I got 3 Oracle decks. Yes, Oracle decks. You heard me right. So, I've been wanting this one for a long time. Connected and Free. This deck is so beautiful. The box is, you know, I like that it's recyclable. Connected and Free. The book is really chunky. It has the image, a good amount of words. It gives you the name. It gives you the crystals that would go with it. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Now, the backs, very simple, nothing special, nothing to write home about. It has the chakras, so those of you who use a chakra, this is perfect. I don't use them, so I pull them out. And I just love the keywords on these. I love the colors. Just so very, very different. I do not like that she has the copyright right here on the side, but it doesn't really distract me in any way. Oh, soul knowing. I really, really like that. It's a very buttery feeling kind of deck, but as you can see, it doesn't stick at all. Surrender, intuitive and psychic powers. I just think this deck is really, really beautiful. Endings, storytelling, communication. I love that communication can be very beautiful. So a beautiful deck. Transition. You know, because cicadas come out when the seasons change. Feminine, embrace. I just think they're beautiful. I really, really like them. Resilience. I really like the keywords. Really, really nice. Very beautiful. I like to use this with This Might Hurt tarot, and I got that from Lisa Papez, and I had no desire to buy This Might Hurt, but when I saw these on her screen, it's a tough shuffle. When I saw saw them together on the screen, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get it. And let me tell you, that deck has been out of print for a while. And, oh, let me do this. Has been out of print for a while. And I was very, very surprised that This Might Hurt. I'm talking about This Might Hurt. I was able to get a copy, an indie copy. Can you believe it? That's amazing. Okay. This is one that I had been thinking about for a while. Should I get it? Should I not get it? I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I liked the images, but it had a lot. The Guardian Angel Tarot cards. There was a lot of text. And I just honestly didn't know if I was going to want it. So finally, I was like, okay, I'll get it. And the prices went up on these. And I was like, uh-oh. And it's a little glossy. Feels, no. I talk about old lady decks, right? Come on. You're not going to tell me this is not an old lady deck. This would definitely be on my list of old lady decks. But I will tell you, this deck feels so spiritual. I like the little messages. They make sense. I did this for a month where I did a nightly pull. And it was just really, really nice to read these messages and just sit with it, contemplate it. And I would go to bed thinking about the message and the image. And then I would just fall asleep with this on my mind. And I just thought that was a really nice way to tap into my spirituality. Like the spiritual teacher, the hermit. The spiritual teacher, there are great rewards in spending time alone. Use those moments of solitude to focus on love and ways in which you might give to those around you. Shine your light as an example for others to follow. Seek out a spiritual mentor of your own if your life feels unfulfilled right now. Oh, I love that. That is so nice. I mean, there's a lot in there to contemplate. It gives you some advice. I do not like the backs at all. I'm sure that there's an old lady out there who has this image framed over a table that has a doily and some flowers. I could be wrong. It could be some guy. But that is the Guardian Angel. I really, really like this deck. Now, if we're going to do gold gilding, I like when it's like starting to come off and it's not as shiny. Because for me, okay, this is me. Gold gilding like that looks cheap. It looks cheap. And I just think it's ugly. But some people love it. Now, here is the other one that I contemplated for the longest time. The Guardian the Angel Blessings cards. I saw this, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know where I saw this. It's a big, big box. It opens up. This is a big book. There's, she has this hierarchy with these angels, which I don't use. They slide around, so I think the box is poorly made, to be honest. Like, look how thick it is. But this is all they really use, is this right there. So I think it's unnecessary use of the box. But I didn't know, I had read one review where the images were not clear, like this one. And so I was really nervous about getting it. This was on my radar for over a year. For over a year. And finally, I just decided to pull the trigger. Because I was like, Benny, it's not leaving you. You keep going back. You keep thinking about wanting to get it. But you talk yourself out of it. Stop talking yourself out of it. So I found it on eBay. And I have loved it ever since. I used this in December with the oh God, the Tarot of the Black Madonna and the Mary deck. I don't know why the name is slipping my mind, but I'll use it during that time. And I just think it's absolutely lovely. These are also paintings. It's matte, as you can see. There's a slight little shimmer, but it's really a matte. This is one, I saw this one, and that's what made me kind of hesitate, because I thought a lot of them might be like this, but they're not. The colors are just muted. I like the borders. I like the word sizes. They have numbers. So if you use numerology, every card has a number that you can utilize numerology with. You can read about all these different angels, but it's a lovely, lovely, lovely deck to use. Isn't that stunning? Look at that. Love it. So, and Kimberly Maroney, I read a bit about her. Very interesting backstory on her. I'll leave it at that. All right. All right. I saved the best for last. I just had to. And if y'all know, if there's an out of print deck that I love, if you know me, you know what I'm going to show. The Spoiler Tarot. Oh my gosh. I love this deck. If I was only allowed to have one deck, I should take the original Rider-Waite-Smith, but I wouldn't. I was able to get the book too. The Spoiler Tarot. I honestly don't know what it is about the Spoiler Tarot that I love so much, but I think it is so interesting. The reason I would take I mean, come on. I love the color choices. I love the swords here. They're very thin. They're very long. I love I just think, look at this. That is so stunning. This deck it's a collage deck as well. This is a deck that you could study forever and you would still learn stuff. That's the reason I think I would take this. I love this green. This green is badass. Love this green. Oh my God. Love the Nine of Swords. I love the power. Look at the red. It pops. I like the proportions. I love the use of space here, negative space. Very nice. Very earthy. Oh my God. Like, wouldn't this make a beautiful poster? I wonder if I could find something similar to this to actually make it as a poster, because that's really beautiful. Justice. Oh my God, look at the Empress. Okay. The two women created this deck. This is absolutely amazing. They did a lot of research to create these decks. And then she also has the Zodiacs, the Nine of Wands, The Lovers variant. There's a cherub right there. Now, I will say that the cardstock, oh my gosh, the cardstock is really, really thick. It's not an easy shuffle at all. If there is a negative, that is it. And frankly, it's a pain in the butt to shuffle this. You know how I feel about the Three of Swords with the heart, and then the Three Swords going piercing it. I don't like them. I mean, but in this particular deck, I really do. It's my favorite traditional Three of Swords looking kind of image. I love this bold red color. It's a beautiful hue of red. And I like that the swords are different proportions. I think that's really nice. And then you got these flowers, which I think is kind of cool. Look at the world. It's amazing. Look at death. Oh my God, the Ten of Cups. I just love the Ten of Cups. Look at those colors. Those are beautiful colors. Now, this has my favorite devil card. So let's see if we can find it. It has my favorite devil card. Oh my gosh, look at the Queen of Swords. Phenomenal. Okay, where is the devil card? Oh my God, look at the Four of Coins. Stunning. Okay. Oh, okay, look at this devil card. If there is ever a devil card that I find is unnerving, is this one. As you could see, consuming a human being. And it's like whatever it is that you are struggling with has like completely taken over your mind and body. You are obsessed in a way where you lose yourself. You're incapable of seeing what is happening to you. Oh my God, look at the High Priestess. Okay, this is my least favorite card of all the deck. I think this is ugly. I don't like it. And I hope it doesn't come up in any of my readings. Beautiful. I mean, I'm telling you, I just love this deck. This deck is absolutely out of this world. You should see the smile on my face. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So this is another one. Putting it in the box is not easy at all. Okay. I forgot a card there. And sometimes that happens to me with these boxes. Okay. And then I got to shake it to get it in. And then sometimes I can't. So I got to shake it, shake it, shake it. And then I got to put them in one at a time. And even then, it's not easy. See, it can go in one at a time. I know that this is boring to watch, but I got to put these up because I know me. I drop one, and then one of my dogs will eat it, and I will die. Oh, I will say that I got this deck can sell for over $1,000. I've seen it on eBay, which is crazy. Generally, I see it going up in the high hundreds, $700, $800 usually. But I got this for a super great deal, like a super great deal. Like I got this deck very inexpensive compared to what it sells for. And I got a second copy within like 2 weeks. Somebody else said that they had it. Then they took it down. I reached out. I want a backup copy and they sold it to me. All right, let me turn the camera over and I'll have some parting words. One moment, please. And I'm back. Yes. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Like I said, several of them come up enough that if you want to get them, you can. Like I will say, I'm surprised. The spoiler tarot actually comes up quite a bit. The issue with the spoiler tarot is people ask for an insane amount of money for these. The fact that I had two very kind women sell this to me at a very reasonable price was a blessing. I did. Well, guess what? My battery died in the middle of me talking to you. So I think I was talking about the spoiler tarot and how lucky I was to be able to get it. Right now, I saw, uh, oh God, what is it called? Earth, let me see. So I was looking at a deck right now, and part of me really, really wants to get it. But I'm like, no, Benny, it's going mass market. Don't do it. But I'm so tempted to do it. Let's see. It is called, I'm looking it up right now. Earthbone and something. For some reason, I can't think of the name, the proper name, which drives me crazy. It is Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh Tarot. Oh, like I would really like to get that one. But is it a must have? No. It's going mass market with a few changes. So I'm probably going to wait. I really don't need it. But that even is out. They're expensive, but they're out there. So you can get them. So don't feel discouraged. I'm telling you, do not feel discouraged when it comes to looking for out of print decks. You just got to be diligent. I'm actually going to make a video, if I haven't already, on how to find out of print decks, things that you can do. I think Lisa did one before. No. Katie Flowers did one before. She also was someone that was able to get out of print decks quite a bit. So, yeah, I love my decks. Until next time, my name is Benny, and I am the Fool's Apprentice. Bye, guys.